Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is a special one. We have officially hit the 5-month mark on YouTube. Yay. First and foremost, I want to thank every single one of you guys out there who have voluntarily given up your time for whatever reason to click on one of my videos, however it came to you, and watch. So first and foremost, just thank you all for all of you guys' support. It means a lot. And I love reading throughout all the comments and just seeing how much y'all support the channel and are supporting other small channels just like myself and are super encouraging to small creators, because we definitely need it and it's fun. So in this video, I just wanted to give kind of another recap. I've been doing this kind of month-to-month anniversary kind of series on YouTube where every single month I kind of recap the past month and talk about where I'm at and give a little reflection on my thoughts on my journey thus far, see where areas of growth have happened, and kind of give a future outlook on where I'm going and where I want to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. But first, if you're new here, hello, my name is Cooper. I'm a recent college graduate documenting my journey as well as giving advice to you all here on this YouTube channel. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to stick around. All right, let's get into the analytics, shall we? All right, so let's go to lifetime. And sorry, I'm not gonna do any screen sharing. I'll just be like reading it out loud to you, but sometime in the future, I may like start doing that as kind of like upgrading the setup, but bear with me. So lifetime views, 1.6K. Again, thank you all very much. Watch time hours, 49.8 hours. And total subscribers, drumroll, 43 total subscribers. And going into some of the deeper analytics, again, like I said, for just this past month, I've gotten 1.1K views, 69.7K impressions with 1.1% click-through rate and an average view duration of just shy of 2 minutes. So first thing I want to note there is the lifetime views of this channel are 1.6K, and in the past month, I've gotten 1.1K. So the vast majority of this channel's growth has happened in the last month, which is super, super cool. It is super, super cool. And it's definitely like the first point I want to hit on is that YouTube is definitely a long game. It is a marathon. It's not a short sprint. You know, it's not a get rich quick scheme. You know, if you're in the game, if you're in this race, this marathon with me in order to, you know, have it as a side hustle one day and have it produce income, like obviously that's good. You know, it's fun to make videos, to make content like this and have, you know, give value to other people, and in exchange one day, you know, have that supplement some of your income. Like that's obviously like a great goal to have. But if it's your primary reason for getting into the YouTube business, then I would question and I would like to kind of critique that and kind of offer a follow-up and be like, is that really sustainable? Because in reality, there's, you know, the online business world and market is growing. There's so many different ways of making money online. So many people have started various online businesses, from things like drop shipping to affiliate marketing, literally starting up, you know, a Shopify, you know, store, selling on Etsy, selling on Facebook Marketplace, YouTube. There's so many ways to make money, and there's so many faster ways and more efficient ways to make money than YouTube. So if making money online is your primary goal, then I would encourage you to maybe look elsewhere than YouTube, because you might very quickly get burnt out and become discouraged at the lack of results, right? I've been doing this for 5 months now, and I am nowhere close to being monetized, right? I have 43 subscribers, and you need 1,000 in order to even get monetized. And even then, you're barely making any money. You're making pennies, if that, right? And so, again, like if your primary reason for getting into YouTube, if you've gotten into YouTube and this is your reason, or you're thinking about getting into YouTube solely for the money, then I would encourage you to rethink that strategy. If, however, you're seeing that as a bonus and your real primary reason is education or entertainment, then yeah, go for it. And that's something that, I'm passionate about. I'm very passionate about educating other people. It is something that is woven into my life through various side hustles, not just through YouTube, but also teaching local marching bands, teaching any form of private lessons, teaching drum corps. I'm very passionate about teaching, especially the young adult generation, my generation, and my siblings' generation, people who are 5 to 10 years younger than I am, who are just reaching, their adolescence and are looking for guidance in this, lost world. There's a lot of nonsense. There's a lot of confusion out there. And if I can use my platform, even if I'm young, I'm learning, right? But if I can use this platform to help educate others and help others learn from where I went wrong, then, that's all the more reason to start this YouTube channel and to do it, to show up every week, post twice a week, and do the thing, because that's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about educating other people. And so that's kind of the real reason for why I'm doing this. And it's what's gotten me through, the low times. I made a video not too long about talking about burnout, like the burnout is real. How do you push through the periods and where like you've set on a journey and it can feel like, nothing's happening. I'm putting in all this time and effort into, making videos and producing, but what is there to show for that? And it can be hard. It's definitely hard to try to find your why and find the energy deep down to keep going. But just like that, we search for the why, but that's indeed like the answer. Like what we're searching for, is often, right in our lap. Like, well, why did you start the thing to begin with, right? You must have had a why to start. So just go back to that, reflect on that, and just remember that. For me, it's education. Education, for some of y'all, it may be entertainment. You're very passionate about, playing video games, for example, or, making funny reaction videos, whatever it may be. Like, whatever was your why, just keep remembering that and just show up. Like, because the other thing is, like, combine your why with consistency. If you show up consistency, like, inevitably something will happen. I'm this is only 5 months, but I'm sure if I would ask any seasoned YouTube veteran who's been around for years, they would probably agree that it is statistically impossible to post consistently and frequently on YouTube for years and never make progress, never finally, find your stride and, get to the point, that you're trying to get to. Because yes, it's about knowing your why and staying consistent. But if you do those things, not only are you going to produce more content that's more likely to reach other people, but you're also going to get better at making content. And that's something that I've learned. I definitely feel that, when I scroll back to my very first video and I compare that, just the presentation alone, like the title, the thumbnail especially, and compare it to my latest, 3, 4, 5 videos, like it's no difference. I'm still the same kid who's filming in my bedroom on my iPhone 13, right? It's not the best, the fanciest setup. It's literally the most minimal setup you can have, but the presentation is different. And that kind of leads to my next thing. It's like, how can I personally, like, doing some self-reflection here, how can I help further this channel? I've already shown growth, right? I changed nothing about the setup, because part of it is like some of us feel, like I have felt, that YouTube can be almost pay to win, where it's like you feel that you need to buy all this fancy equipment and you need to get like all these fancy editing skills. Maybe you need to outsource your editing. You feel that you need to pay some editor, hundreds of dollars a month, hundreds of dollars a video even, combined with like a super like good fancy 4K camera with a tripod, this extravagant lighting system. You need to build a whole new room just to do this, when like in fact you don't. And I'm like living proof. Like I'm doing this, I'm gaining viewers, I'm getting subscribers slowly but surely, right? And I'm just some kid filming in his bedroom, right? But I'm finding ways, how can I improve things that aren't just tied to like tangible material things that are more fixed cost. Like how can I, take the pay to win out of it and improve like the skills that I'm actually putting into this. So my speaking, how can I improve my speaking? How can I improve like my shots, my videography? How can I improve my thumbnails from like shooting it, how I shoot myself or shoot my desktop, and how I edit those thumbnails? How can I just improve all those aspects of the video? How can I improve the title, the description, right? How can I provide better value that is not just fixed to how much money I can throw at this thing, right? And so lastly, I just want to wrap up by kind of just throwing the question on you guys. Like, what do y'all prefer? Because the last thing I can think of is the style of video that you put out, right? And one thing that I've kind of switched to these last few videos is a very raw, authentic, unedited style of video. And there's a lot of proof out there. There's a lot of channels out there who are doing the same thing and finding lots of great high success with that. And so it's something I've been wanting to try out, and it's been fun. I like the challenge of speaking off the cuff, not going in with too much of a plan and overthinking of it, because that's something that I struggle with, is overthinking and feeling like you need to plan every single thing out. But when you kind of get thrown into the deep end, a lot of times, people, it may freak you out, right? It freaks me out, feeling like you're drowning. But in reality, it's what people prefer. In a very edited, hidden, masked world, nothing satisfies people more than authenticity, because that's what people crave, and that's what people are fulfilled by, and that's what people want to see and hear. So that's kind of my way of justifying, that's what I want to be towards you guys. I want to be authentic, because it seems like that's what people want nowadays. So that's why I'm going to keep going. So again, begs the questions, like I want to ask you guys, like leave in the comments below, like do you like this format? Do you like the more raw conversational format, or would you prefer a more clipped essay format where there's a little more editing, it's a little more clean, right? So I just wanted to throw that question out there. Leave your response in the comments. And with that, I think that's all I had for this video. So I hope you guys found it encouraging, some real analytics here from a small creator. I'm not growing as fast as some of the other creators you may find out there whose videos are going mega viral and they've only been on the platform for 2 months even, right? But ultimately this channel, again, like I said, is here to be kind of the raw, authentic, real results and advice for you guys. So if you found anything of value on this video, feel free to stick around on my channel where I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And with that, I will see you guys on the next one. Godspeed.